Let's begin by closing our eyes down, pulling our spine up tall, and following our breath in and out of our body for a moment. As we exhale, we can pull our navel in. As we inhale, we can relax the abdominal muscles forward a bit. Feel our ribs spread apart. Exhale, feel them come back together. Pull our navel in a bit. As we exhale, we can feel ourselves land a little deeper into our body. Maybe tuning into some of the sensations within our body, within our legs. Feeling into our legs, our pelvis, our hips, our abdomen, front and back, chest, allowing your awareness to flow into these areas, down through the arms, through the hands, up through the neck, into the head. Just sensing and feeling the totality of your physical body in this moment. You might tune into your skeletal system, the bones in your body, and just notice what arises when I intend to feel my bones. What sensory information arises within my body. Myself, I feel very grounded when I start to feel the bone of my body, the structure of my body. And then we can experiment. We can say, I'm going to tune in with the muscles of my body now. Just feel, the muscles that run along all of the bones. And notice how that feels a little bit different. Or it might not feel different to you. You can notice that as well. Allowing however that arises for you. Just tuning into our physical body. Noticing maybe areas of flow where your body feels alive and energized. Maybe more open, spacious. And also there might be areas in your body that feel more constricted, more tight, or maybe even numb. Maybe you can't feel parts of your body. And again, there's no right or wrong, just noticing how it is for you in this moment. You might just do a quick scan through your body, coming through your feet, up through your legs. It's like you're connecting the dots of your sensing, coming up through your thighs, your pelvis, your abdomen, your chest, neck, head, down the arms. Feeling and sensing your body in your totality. You might have the image of inhaling into every cell of your body, light or life force pranic energy, enlightening, enlivening, awakening. And on the exhale, it can be like a release, a relaxing, a letting go of the dross, a rinsing through. So it's like this experience of taking in, energizing, and then exhaling, letting go, releasing and relaxing. While we sense our physical body in our totality, let's bring our attention down to the soles of our feet and notice how we relate to the earth in this moment. Can I have a sense of the earth beneath my feet? I might notice this. Sometimes when you're more stressed, it's hard to notice a connection to the earth. It can feel like I'm disconnected, a little bit numb, maybe even a bit dissociated. There isn't a right or wrong. I'm just noticing whatever my relationship to the earth is in this moment. And in that simple noticing, it begins to restore my relationship to the earth. In the allowing of what is, without needing to make it any different, it begins to restore flow, and more information begins to arise through my nervous system, through my sensing, my thinking, my feeling, my emoting. And I can just be aware of that. Let's bring our attention now into our heart center and have the intention to relate to our emotional state, noticing what's alive for me right now emotionally. It might be something really obvious, or the emotion might be quite subtle, like a glow off a candle or a light. Sometimes we really need to soften our nervous system to feel more subtle sensation. It's hard to feel when we're hard. So as we just kind of soften the way we feel ourselves, the way we hold ourselves, we can receive a higher resolution of information arising within us. It arises through our physical sensing, through our emotions, and through our thought processes, and through the energy in our body. As I feel my physical body, I'm also going to be aware of my emotional state. So I'm sensing both at the same time. Or I'm noticing, oh geez, that's hard for me to sense both of those at the same time. I'm noticing how that is for me. Can I feel the totality of my physical body and be coherent with feeling my emotional state at the same time? And now I bring my awareness into my mind, and I notice the quality of my thinking at the same time. It might be tight and fast, or feeling constricted, or it might be really spacious and open. Just noticing however it is, no right or wrong. And then I begin noticing my physical body, my emotional state, and my mental state at the same time. I'm creating a coherence between these three states. And then as I hold an awareness of this, I can also become aware of what's aware of all of these sensations and experience. There's something in me that watches and witnesses and feels and senses all of this. And we can just have the intention to be aware of what's aware. And again, no right or wrong, just noticing. And then with this awareness, let's go back down to the soles of our feet, or if we're sitting on the ground, our sit bones and legs touching the ground. Let's notice our relationship to the ground and begin relating to Mother Earth a bit more. If we can, allowing some roots to grow from us into the ground. It's like we're becoming really intertwined and connected with the earth, if we're not already feeling like we are. And let's have the intention to sense down into the womb of the Great Mother, this womb of creation. And just in those words, we can feel that there's a power in that. There's an empowerment in that. We can sense down into that. And at the same time, as we sense into this womb of the Great Mother, let's also begin to feel our own womb space, whether we have the physical organ or not. Feeling into this womb of creation that sits within us. And let's feel the relationship between the Great Mother's womb and our womb. And if we can, let's begin inhaling energy from Great Mother's womb up into our womb. Through the root system, through our legs, up into our womb. And as we exhale, let that energy go back down into the earth, into the womb of the mother. And she can dissipate it into the rest of the earth in whatever way she wants. But just that we're inhaling up into our womb, and then we're exhaling down into the earth. And we're just sensing and feeling that relationship, this feminine relationship of creation, of the womb space that holds and incubates creation. And noticing what our relationship to that is. Is this easy for you? Or it might be a little bit more difficult. You might notice that you feel some numbness or some disconnection, or maybe certain emotions arise. Everything that we find, we create a little bit more space for it. We soften how we sense and feel it. We have the intention to include it. Everything that arises, it's like we create a bigger container for it to exist within. And we say, yes, yes, this is present for me right now. And now let's have the intention to draw energy up through our legs from the earth. Let's come up through our womb, but this time let's bring it into our heart center and let it land in our heart. And let's begin to feel a relationship between our heart, our womb, and the earth. We can do this by that visualization of inhaling from the earth up into our womb, womb up into the heart, and then heart back down to the womb, bringing the light of the heart, the energy, the consciousness, the compassion, the love, the connectedness of the heart back down into our womb, nourishing it, filling it, fertilizing our creative impulses. And then let's exhale that all back down into the earth, into the womb, the great mother's womb. It's like we're planting this light of our heart down into the earth. And let's just breathe like that, feeling that relationship of moving up and then back down. And just noticing again, how is this relationship for me? And then this time, let's inhale from the earth, up through the womb, the heart. Let's go right up to the crown of the head, touching into the light of the soul, our connection to the light, to higher intelligence, higher self, soul, spiritual realm, however you want to connect to it, think about it. Let's become receptive at the crown of our head, like a sponge, like a porous sponge, absorbing, letting this higher intelligence, this innovation and creativity and inspiration to rain down. We might also project up a bit, about 1 meter above our head, into our aura, connecting with the light of our soul. Or we might be just kind of more receptive to it. Different people relate in different ways, so just know that it might happen differently for you. Let's feel this energy of the soul raining down through our whole central nervous system, our brain, our spinal cord, down through our heart, down through our abdomen into our womb, down through our legs into the soil, and let's plant it into the womb of Mother Earth, into the ground of all being. It's just like, let's just see that flow coming down from our soul through our body into the earth. It's like we're allowing this higher inspiration to inform us in this moment, to inform our healing processes, our digesting, our manifesting, and our creating in this lifetime, in this world. And also really feeding and nourishing our feminine spirit, allowing this energy to move into our womb space and to really nourish and empower what's trying to incubate in this moment, what's trying to grow, the life that is trying to grow and live. Life wants to live in each moment. It wants to flow, it wants to grow. So it's like we're giving the nutrients that are needed from the Mother Earth as well as the light above to really incubate what's trying to grow in this moment. And as we feel these two feminine resources supporting us and flowing through us, let's take a moment to touch into if there's anything within me right now that needs to arise, any voice that wants to be heard or spoken, whether it's my individual or my collective or ancestral lineage. Let's allow this kind of voice to speak through us, to arise within us, to inform us around the feminine wound in the world. In what way has something been lost through the suppression of the feminine spirit? What has been lost? What has been wounded? What has been denied, suppressed? What has been hated? What has had to go underground because survival was at stake? Just softening your body, softening how you sense and feel all of your totality, and allowing whatever wants to arise in this moment to be spoken through you to come up into your awareness. Any bits that arise, we know are for us. This is what wants to be known. This is what wants to be spoken in this moment. This is the potential of what can be digested in this moment. And at the same time, as we allow this, let's also notice and feel that we might be sitting here individually doing a meditation, but we are connecting into a larger field of support. We have support of the earth, the great mother of the earth, and also sacred divine mother of the spiritual realm, as well as all of the different souls on this earth and planet that are involved in similar processes like this. And we can connect into these larger containers, larger cups of support to hold whatever it is that arises, so that we're not alone. We're part of a much larger whole, much larger community. And as we notice what arises, we might have the intention to call in a blessing for ourselves, for the healing of what's arising, for the digesting and processing of what's arising, and also a blessing for all those who are in similar processes that could benefit from a blessing of light and resource and energy, so that we can fully integrate and reawaken the feminine spirit within all of us. It's just not a masculine feminine thing. This isn't a gender thing. It's a masculine feminine energy that's within each of us. And as we end, let's just have the intention to call in any of our feminine ancestral resources into this space. All those within our lineage of, thousands and thousands of years of women who have come before us, who have developed in some way, who have integrated and digested in some way. Sometimes if we go back like hundreds of years through our lineage, we can find really resourced ancestors who really were deeply connected to the feminine spirit, deeply connected to nature and the flow of nature. And we can call on this as a resource to hold us, to support us, to flow through us at the same time. Let's take one more deep breath in as we let go of that exploration. And exhale. And you can slowly bring yourself back. So with this meditation, you might want to do some journaling now afterwards around what it is that arose. And everything that you met, that arose within you, we want to meet with a kind of a gentle yes, a softening of how we hold it. And our intention is always just to create a deeper relationship. And just in that intention of saying yes, allowing what's there, softening how we feel it, it begins to naturally restore that relationship. And if you find that what came up for you was overwhelming and that process isn't naturally happening when you do it, it's a sign that you need to connect with another person, either a therapist or some other, friends who are feeling regulated and grounded in this moment, and to kind of share that across several different nervous systems to help ground it more so that it can be digested.